Hey interlopers, DestroyYesterday here. This is going to be a short video on the synergy of the technology modules. So how to combine them, the best method to arranging them for your exosuit, your Starship, and your multi-tool. Alright, it's pretty simple. So the overall general view of this is if you put two technology modules, whatever you want to call these things, support and upgrade together, it will create what they call technology synergy. Now, the definition of this is essentially it'll make these two more powerful together than they would be just one here and one over here. So let's say they're each 50% power for whatever it may be. If they were separated by themselves, but when sitting together, they in essence can reach 120%. And they get more and more powerful the higher the class. So A and A could be 170 and 2S's could be 200 for instance. Now, depends on how you play, but for the exosuit, I don't really put a lot of stuff in my exosuit because I prefer to have it hold more inventory compared to the module things, which is why I use the technology slots. Now all of these together, my jetpack can last for about almost 10 seconds just going straight up. Long time, because these are all sitting next to each other. As well as my life support, I can just about stand outside for, well, I haven't actually tested it, so I don't know, but I last a long time even in toxic or radioactive planets. Even without protection, I can last for a decent while before having to refill. So it significantly improves how long you can stay out and explore before having to get in and reload. As for the Starship, same general thing. I don't use a lot for my Starship, mainly because I travel more in my freighter, just because now you can warp with your freighter, which uses less hyperdrive. So I usually just use my ship for exploring one particular system rather than the galaxy. But as you can see here, put them together and that will make them better. It tells you what it's better. So because I have these together, I got fire rate and heat dispersion went up just a little bit, and obviously the hyperdrive distance. This one actually can really help too if you do enjoy warping with your ship. It increases how far you can warp, and the way to find out how far you can warp is you go over here to this little arrow, click down, and it'll tell you how far you can warp. I can warp 353 light years on one warp in this ship because of my S-class being combined with my hyperdrive over there. Alright. With Next, they did kind of take a smack at it a little bit. You used to be able to go a lot farther just on regular drives, but that's okay. But I think the reason why they did that was because you can now travel on your freighter. As for multi-tool, it is very important you get a full inventory slots for your multi-tool. The highest it can go is 24. By doing this, you can make almost a little Tetris puzzle here on how to organize them. As you can see here, I've left room for me to get more of these to put them that way, and more of those to go right here. And of course the visor to go down over here. It's very important that you organize it correctly, because sometimes finding the actual blueprint for these is very difficult. For instance, I don't own a lot of these. I just bought it with nanites and installed it. So I don't actually, I bought the upgrade and installed it. So if I delete some of these, I can't rebuild it. Which is why it's very important that you know exactly where you're going to put it before you install it, because once you do that and you then get rid of it, you can't get it back. So I would say out of all of the synergies, the jetpack, life support, and whatever you use most in your gun is most important. I would definitely say your mining laser. significantly increases the time it takes to mine. And just because I love shotguns, I got the blaster. I love using that. Very useful on sentinels. You can blow them up in about 2 or 3 shots if you have all of these hooked up together. So very useful if you want to escape really quickly or don't want to deal with them. Alright? So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. I hope that helps your success of exploring.